Hi, my name is Sonia Lesmeister, and a little bit about me. So, I'm a mom of two boys that are currently in the Schrader Middle School, and my accent is probably tell you that I'm from elsewhere, and that would be correct. I was born in former Czechoslovakia, now known as Czech Republic or Czechia. As far as my background or education, I have earned an MBA in public administration and finance back home in the Czech Republic, and am currently working in the bank industry. I'm working at Gate City Bank and have also background in stress mastery education and stress management. And why am I running for school board? Growing up, I would have never in a million years thought that I would ever run for school board, but here I am. Why am I running for school board? It's simply because I'm a mom of two boys, and growing up in different public school system compared to the one we have here in Grand Forks gave me some food for thought. First of all, it would be academics. I have noticed that our academic performance has been slipping, and it's not just due to COVID, it has been gradually slipping away. So, where Grand Forks once was one of the top of the nation public school systems, it's no more. We're kind of getting to the bottom of the pile. And secondly, it would be our transparency with the general public, with our community, and with parents, and fiscal responsibility. So going back to the academics. So think about it this way. We are somehow in our curriculum introducing other social and political agendas and replacing the meat and potatoes, the basics that we ought to master with those. Somehow they snuck in more and took more time than they should. So our working knowledge, or the students' working knowledge of mathematics and English, is really a lot left to be desired. We ought to produce students who are very confident and competent in both mathematics and English. When you look at spelling, grammar, all of it, it doesn't appear that English would be a first language here, just based on what what school produces as an outcome. And think about it this way: we're educating locally, but we have to think globally, because our students will be entering global economy. They ought to have a really solid understanding of math, really solid understanding of English, good handle of it, as well as, say, for example, science, as well as history, even though you might be surprised by that. But growing up, I was counting it was about from fifth grade and all the way through high school, that would be about 7-8 years of history classes, both world and Czech national history. We ought to be really good at that, because in the global market, you will be dealing with other cultures, and being an effective leader, you need to have a working understanding of their history so that you can make strategically effective and healthy solutions. Another thing that I think we ought to introduce into our system in place of the current social and political fluff would be effective communication and conflict resolution, because we are striving to be a diverse society and working with diversity. And if we pride ourselves in those things, we need to understand that diversity comes with variety of opinions, variety of backgrounds, variety of values. And finding happy and effective solutions means that we need to teach that and instill that in our students early on, and practice it throughout the school year, every year, all the way up to the school board. Okay, so that's another thing. So back to the other points. Speaking about transparency, I see that the relationship between our school and our public in general, or community in general, has been broken. Parents have no clue what is really going on as far as teaching in schools. they have been left out as partners in those decision makings, and the communication has been very selective. We need to repair the working relationship again with both, because to have successful students, you have the three-legged stool. You have to have good working relationship and good working families, schools, and communities. If you take one of those legs away, it will not produce effective students and successful students. That transparency and that relationship comes even when it comes to finances and fiscal health. We have been asking public for more money. We have been asking taxpayers for more money from their taxes. But if we have not been very clear about how we are going to spend it, we kind of gave some big idea, but I don't think that the public is confident in knowing that the funds will be spent the way they're promised to be spent. Furthermore, they don't even know that it will be enough and that they can trust that it'll be used well. Okay, so allocated well, and what if it isn't the number that we were given? What is going to happen then? We need to go back to having a balanced budget. We have been running deficit. $5 million worth of deficit is not really something to be proud of. And we have definitely debts that have to be paid and need to learn to operate within a budget. That means, that touches on building maintenance, and it touches also on new projects. So when you have a budget and you want to stick to the budget, that means that priorities have to be set. And that means that we need to be creative in the solutions that we will provide, that we will engage public so that the public has full access and understanding of why the decisions are being made, and that it's really for the benefit of the public as a whole. And finally, we're talking about new construction projects, and I completely understand that there's a need for it. And again, once the new school board is together, when it's complete, we need to look at what is the most burning item on the list, how we can fix it. We also need to keep in mind that there are educators that are exiting the school system as well. They're high quality, many of them are high quality educators, and it's happening nationwide, but we cannot use that as an excuse. I have heard from parents that they don't feel, from teachers, that they are not being supported by administration. Same with paras. Paras and teachers have broken relationship with their administration. It seems that the administration doesn't truly have an idea and understanding of what's going on, and does not know effectively how to support them. We need to fix that. Otherwise, more money thrown at teachers won't fix it. There's a deeper problem that needs to be figured out as well. So those are the reasons why I am running. And what I can bring to the table is, first of all, like I said, having an outside perspective of being from somewhere else. According to Gallup Institute, my strengths are in communication. They're also in individualization and empathy. So I can, being a connector. So all these pieces can come handy with all the multitudes of gifts and talents that are being brought to the table. So thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening, and please go and vote.